Good, happy Friday afternoon, November 6th, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday afternoon, so let's begin. First up, we begin with the COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Important information you need to know. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you. Right now, there are 11,808 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 9,544,315 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 486 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 788 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and 234,300 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 124. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 2487. And now let's take a look at this chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalization. In red, deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple, total current COVID-19 cases. And in the orange, current hospitalization. And let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths, and blue, recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate and daily PCR test. And let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And let's take a look at this chart here. Your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Potential community COVID exposure announced in Nashua, Raymond. Cases connected to Boston Billiard Club, New Life Church. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
How can organizations improve employee mental health care while reducing costs? Accolade is partnering with Ginger to launch.
Two towns are warning of potential community transmission this morning. New Life Church in Raymond will be closed for the next 3 weeks after learning that 7 people with COVID-19 have connections to that church. And health officials in Nashua say that there may have been community exposure at Boston Billiard Club on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. The club says it has followed all COVID-19 guidelines, including Nashua's face covering requirement.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Truck hitting wire knocks out power to 800 in Concord. The southern part of downtown was with a power for a short period this Friday after a truck struck power lines on South Main Street. Take a look at this photo right here. So, in this part of downtown Concord on South Main Street, a truck knocked down power in the area. Power was knocked out to around 800 utility customers in downtown Concord after a truck struck a wire in the parking lot of a South Main Street Business Friday. At just before 10 a.m., Concord police, firefighters, and parking attendants were sent to the Aberchon hardware store for a report of a truck hitting wires. According to a witness, the truck had no problem navigating the parking lot while entering, but after exiting, it hit the wires. Power was knocked out to utility customers, but quickly restored. The wires were still dangling at post time, with police expected to place marks down until the wires could be completely repaired. And let's take a look at your election updates on the president race. So currently, here is where Joe Biden and Trump stand. As you can see, Joe Biden has 253 votes and Donald Trump still has 214 votes. Either Trump or Joe Biden need 270 votes to win. And votes are still being counted in several key states. So still no winner in the president race. We can tell you that Biden pulls ahead in Pennsylvania. Over 1,700 mail-in ballots found at USPS facility in Pennsylvania. Georgia's voting system implementation manager says they are continuing every single legal vote and counting them as well. Biden takes the lead in Georgia as well. Biden nearly doubles his Nevada lead. Biden nearly doubled his Nevada lead over Trump after more votes came in from Clark County, home to Las Vegas. Biden is now up 22,076 votes over Trump before he was up 11,438 votes. Biden leads 49.8% to Trump and Trump's 48.1% statewide. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday afternoon, and see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.